Okay, thank you everyone for joining us for our webinar this morning on making the most of your web listing. I'm Hilary Nyberg, for those that I haven't met. So I do the events and membership coordination here at Hawke's Bay Tourism. And
I'm Megan, so normally I'm doing website stuff or looking after consumer marketing alongside Ben Hutton, our marketing manager.
so we're just going to take you through a few slides this morning as well, and then we're also going to kind of go into some examples, so bear with us as we kind of switch different screens, but we'll just start with the presentation. Feel free to ask questions as we go along, if it kind of helps to clarify things. Okay, so hawkesbaynz.com is the key regional online presence for Hawke's Bay. It is owned and managed by us here at Hawke's Bay Tourism. We see more than 500,000 visitor sessions each year, with the potential visitors looking for things to do, places to eat, accommodation and general information. It's made up of 4 parts. So we have the base content, which is around showing places, regional highlights, free activities. And this is information that we source from DOC, the regional councils and local councils. Then we have curated content, which is stories about the regions, listicles and articles written by others. This tends to be from media, journalists, and sometimes kind of it's content that we ask to be created. So what's really important here is that you make sure that you have your listing and that your listing is kind of looking great and shares all the information that you want to be showing, so that we can help them pull that into some of the content that's been curated for those articles. We also have events, events that are on Event Finder that are listed in the Hawke's Bay region will automatically get pulled through to the website. And then on top of that, we also feature kind of, your key regional events that happen within the region. So I guess if you have an event that takes place as part of your offering, then make sure that you do list that on Event Finder, because it will automatically pull through to our website. And then the final part of the website is obviously what you guys mainly look at, which is your member listings. So it's making sure that all of our members have their listings on there and they are up to date and have great content. So with your listings, the main kind of important thing to look at is the categories at which you're actually listed under. So it's about thinking what do I want to offer, and what categories do I think would actually be best if people were to search for looking for, say for example, for accommodation. If you're a B&B, making sure that you're listed as a B&B, not necessarily as a motel or a different type of accommodation, because actually when people go on to search, they kind of want to make sure that when they're getting through to that, if they search, for example, B&B, that actually the listings that are shown there are actually kind of, relevant for what they're looking for, because that will kind of make them continue their search rather than clicking out if they don't think it's appropriate. And then the imagery is also really, really important. It's compelling and tells the story. So your banner image, or also what we call hero image on hawkesbay.com, is your most important image. And this is the main one that you have kind of along the main page, on your main page, but it also gets cropped and appears as a card on the first page. We'll kind of show you what that looks like in a second. So this is kind of the first impression that consumers are going to see of your business. So it must be high res to make sure that obviously we're not getting anything that's coming through as pixelated. And on the website, it also shows you the dimensions that are recommended, and it will kind of guide you as to what you need to do. And to kind of help make sure that you are kind of sizing it correctly, there's a website called Canva that it's free and it's really easy to use, and it can kind of help you through that process. So make it your friend. It's a great website. So we're just going to kind of show you what we mean, hopefully. So when we talk about your banner image or your hero image, this is the image that we're referring to, that kind of shows as the main image on your listing. But then when you look at it, sort of its first image of search, it's taken that middle section of the image. So it's just making sure that whatever is on your image, that middle part of it is kind of something that can be seen as almost as a standalone image as well. And it's making sure that you've got no writing across it, because quite often, no matter how you resize it, the writing will quite often be longer than the image that you're showing on your tile page. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so then in terms of your content, keep it brief but really informative. This is the chance for you to tell the consumer what it is that you do or you offer or can accommodate and how you are different from others. However, in saying this, no one wants to read a novel, so make sure that you kind of keep it concise while using emotive and marketing language that sets you apart from others. And, you know, feel free if you want to kind of draft something up and you know, want to make sure or run it past us as a bit of a sense check, feel free that if you want to send that to us, we can kind of review it and you know, make some suggestions if we think it can be improved. So on the topic, so if for example, you're a tour company and you're offering similar products, so for example, 2 different tours, they can be displayed on one listing. However, we strongly advise that you clearly lay out the fact that there is more than one option and what both of those options show. So I'll give you an example of that.
This is just Church Road's listing, so they have 2 different tours running daily, and they've just laid it out, kind of highlighting where their tours are and about their tours, so people can book them and understand what it is that they're actually getting for each tour.
Okay. But however, if you've got, for example, 2 separate offerings, so accommodation and a restaurant, then there need to be separate listings, just to kind of keep it clear for consumers as to what they're actually looking at. So we'll...
Guys, I'm not seeing a Church Road thing come up. I'm just seeing your notes. Is there? Yeah, I'm seeing your notes here. Not a church. Am I supposed to be seeing something that's got Church Road on it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I'm seeing what you're reading. Keep it brief, on topic. Your listing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me try that again. Hang on, if I unshare and reshare, maybe. Is that one better?
Ah, that's it. Yep.
There we go.
Got it.
Does that mean
Got
you guys didn't see the showing the banner images either?
Yeah.
No, but now see, to me, I can't see it. It's gone to, oh yeah, that's better.
Should we go back and do the banner
Okay,
images?
we'll just quickly show you the banner images while we're here. Okay.
So can you see that? Can you see the beach
Yep.
image? Cool.
Yep.
All right, so that's the banner image. And then we'll show you the tile. Yeah. So that's kind of what it then, it takes that snippet of the image and that's what it shows. So it's just making sure that whatever you've got on that main image, the middle section of it is kind of can be its own image by itself.
Isn't that, it's very frustrating when you see Waipatiki Beach and it's saying Hastings when it's nowhere near Hastings, and it's like us. It's very frustrating.
Unfortunately, we are bound by the whole Hastings district, Napier City. We totally get it, but
I know. I'm just saying it's very confusing for any people who don't know Napier.
It is very confusing. We are just going to be working on doing some sort of interactive maps that are going to go on our website in the future, which will kind of highlight
where they are.
Kind of pull out and show Hastings district kind of encompasses all around Napier City, so that visitors kind of understand that.
Yep, cool.
So in terms of the Church Road one, so this just kind of shows how they've separated their 2 tours on one page to kind of highlight that there's different offerings and the information for each offering.
Yeah, and then we're going to go to the example where it's the example 2 different.
Oh, sorry, just bear with us. It's not letting me change screens. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just going to show, so in terms of the Masonic has looked at a few different offerings. So they have accommodation, they've got a restaurant, they've got a function room, they've got a pub. So just in terms of separating those out so that they're individual listings, but then we can link them together so that people understand it's all kind of part of one business. So it's just keeping it clear for the consumer. Then in terms of your listing descriptions, so we have what we call the listing description is seen by the consumer, so it needs to be written with the consumer in mind. Think about what sort of information you would like to read when you're looking for your own holiday and how you would like it to be served to you. So it's kind of giving all of the relevant information that you think people would need in terms of wanting to come and experience your offering. And then the short description is one sentence that sums up your business. So it doesn't need to be super emotive, but it does need to include keywords that people might use in a search term looking for your business offering. So kind of just showing you an example here of one that we've created. Is there any questions on in terms of your content?
No.
Okay. So now we're going to go back to the presentation. Okay. So what else can you do for your listing? So you can, if you have any videos, you can add it via the YouTube link. If you're putting on events, make sure that they're listed on Event Finder, and then it can pull through, and we'll show you in a minute how you can do that to make sure that your listing is kind of added to your event is added to your listing. If you've got any TripAdvisor or Qualmark certifications, then we make sure you add that, and then additional images that you can have in your gallery, plus your host profile. So the more that you fill in, the better your listing will be.
Will you give us this, will you be able to send us all of this so that we can go through it all together?
Yeah.
So just in terms of a host profile, there's space to put a name, a blurb, and an image. If you don't complete all of these sections, nothing will pull through. So it's really important, if you want to feature something, you need to pop everything in. And then if we come down, you've got your image gallery, so you have the ability to load 6 images with captions. YouTube video, so that's just literally the link straight from YouTube to pull that through. Your TripAdvisor code, your Qualmark code, and then if we come down here a little bit further, you can link to Event Finder listings that you're involved with simply by using the drop down. And there's space for, I think it's 5 events that you can run at any one time. And once that event has passed, it just automatically drops off the website, so you don't have to go back in and remove it.
Okay. So then we come on to hot deals. So this is kind of where, if you kind of create something that's other than your standard offering, you can put it on the website as a hot deal. So this could be a discounted rate, a package, combo offer, or value add. And that just gives you extra visibility kind of on the website as well. So that's probably just easier to go through and show. I'm going to create one.
So basically you log into the back end of the portal, so where you normally would under hawkesbaynz.com/membership, and jump into your listing, and you'll see a hot deal tab down the side. And from there you can just click the add a new hot deal. And it's basically like a form, so just kind of, or if you've got more than one listing, you can link it to your listing on the first drop down. If you've only got one, only one option will show there. And then it's just a case of loading an image and basically saying what your deal is. There is a maximum character limit of 145 characters at the moment, but if you're finding that that's too small, let us know, because we can override that on our side. And if it starts to look like it's too small for everybody, we can just get that changed. It's just key things is to make sure there's a booking link so it's easy for people to book your deal and have your dates that you want to display on the website from. Once you've completed that, you just click save, and then there'll be an option to submit that, and that will come through to Hillary to approve and go live on the website. So I'll just show you what they look like. So on your page, you'll get a little sticker that pops up saying hot deal once it's live. And that clicks through to your little deal card, which explains what the deal is, when it's valid, and will link straight through to your booking. And there's also an aggregated hot deals page, which shows all of the deals that are available at any one time. And then these are all filterable based on someone's interest, for whatever they may be looking for.
And then we can also, we have used some of these hot deals in our recent vacation campaign, so we can, some may get linked through to that as well.
We're looking to do more around that. So hot deals are always good. Doesn't always need to be discounts, but if you're just offering anything above normal that we can kind of share with people, we like to share this page on social media as well. And it gets quite good traction through like Google Posts and Facebook. People like to see kind of what's going on and what they can book.
So then you can actually see how your listing's doing. So you can do that by logging on to the members portal. And the listings view is the number of people who have clicked through your listing, and that's actually a unique number. So if somebody comes back 2 or 3 times, they're only actually picking up that as one unique visitor. And the category view is the number of people who have seen your card and haven't had an opportunity to look at your listing. So that's kind of looking at all of the different properties or activities within that section. So we'll show you what that looks like in the So for example, for this particular listing, it's had 21 views in June, but the category that it sits under has had 3,358. So it's just showing what the possibility is that you potentially could have in terms of number of views. And then that also kind of shows you by month, and that's
again, we're not seeing that screen that you're looking at.
Okay. What screen are you seeing, Rayma? Just so we can try and figure out where it's gone.
We're seeing this. Well, I'm seeing the speaker view, so I'm seeing everybody who's on the web.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. Is that better now?
Yep, right now.
Sorry.
It's okay. But can you tell us how you got there to that page?
Sure. So let me just pull up. Okay. So when you log into the portal, so using hawkesbaynz.com/membership, you'll come into like a bit of a dashboard here. And then if you go into my listing and just click on your listings, And then this one's not live, so it's not going to have any stats, but if you just scroll straight down, so this is where you'd normally edit your web listing. There's a little edit button on the right-hand side. If you literally just scroll down to the very bottom of that page, that's where all your stats sit. So this one's not currently live because it's just a test one that we can try things out with. But it will show you sort of your views by month for the last 2 months. And then the number of times people have jumped in that category to have a look around. And then down a little bit, you can see a full data set. So it takes you back the last 2 years by month with an overview of just your listing views. That's where this one is showing you those views.
Does that all make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
So are a lot more people looking through Hawke's Bay since this website since COVID, or can you tell that how if it's
Yep. So
being used more?
Yeah, so over COVID, we had particularly the first couple of weeks, there was a big drop off. And you'll probably notice that like March views, March is probably not too bad, but April, May was quite quiet and it's starting to pick up. If you guys want overall views of the site without going into other people's pages, we can give kind of category overviews for you. We don't pull that from this particular part, but we can send those out from our Google Analytics to kind of show the by month traffic to different categories and see what people are looking at.
Absolutely, that would be quite cool. Yeah.
We can add that to our fortnightly updates and start doing maybe once a month. We do a bit of a data pull for you guys to see.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Back to me.
Oh, sorry.
Not this one.
Sorry, this information would be sent by email or is on the Facebook page? Because of the previous webinars, I haven't received any information. So how are you guys sending?
So we do a fortnightly update, which is an email, and it'll cover off a bunch of different topics. And anything that's quite timely goes on the Facebook page as well. Where we put all the some of the webinars have gone on the Facebook page, and we will be trying to get the rest out.
Yeah,
but we are some of them just need a little edit to cut off because there's a bit of a wait at the beginning. But we will also house those on our industry website so we can share the link with all of them
Perfect.
soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So then just sort of some hot tips. So you kind of need to be making sure that you're looking at your listing at very least seasonally to make sure that your hours are correct. If you've got any new imagery, make sure that your contact information is correct. And if you've made any changes to what you offer or how you offer it, that obviously that's all updated. Identify with your customer, who your customer is, and tailor the information for that audience. It's okay not to talk to everyone. If you know kind of the target audience that you're going for, then make sure you tailor it for that. If you have something new, tell us. We're always looking for new things to be able to showcase. So feel free to kind of give us a call or drop us an email and let us know what's going on. And you can also list your business with Tourism New Zealand, and it's free. So you can go onto newzealand.com and list your.
Are you guys all listed with Tourism New Zealand at the moment?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Good point. Yeah.
And just something a little bit extra around social media. So social media is a great way to get your business out to more people for minimal cost. However, it can be time consuming and challenging. So you need to identify your audience, where your audience is, and focus on those channels. You need to post regularly and tag places that you visit or businesses that you work with where appropriate to increase your reach. And of course, you need to tag us at Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, and we'll share any suitable content. Cool. So that's kind of what we had in terms of a presentation. Has anyone got any questions?
I do. This is Raymond from Cobden Garden Bed and Breakfast. when you were showing us the thing about the events, as an accommodation provider, should we tick the events? Because obviously we want people for Art Deco or Fork or so forth. Is that what we should be doing?
You can use it in there. Hang on, I'm just going to try and share my screen so I can see.
Sorry, I should have asked at the time.
Oh, there we go. So the key idea that we built that piece in for was about people being able to share their own events that they're running. However, if there are some key events that kind of are significant to your business, there's no reason why you can't include them on your page to let visitors know that they're happening and that you have accommodation space during that time period.
Okay.
Just use the drop-down link, pick the event that suits you, and you can publish that.
So even if you're not doing a special or anything, it shows that you have
It shows on your page
available.
if they're coming up.
Thank you.
Oh. Any other questions or thoughts? Anything we can help with?
I think that's really good.
Yeah, no, all good. There's a couple of things I have to check on.
Yeah. Well, we can send these notes out, and if you do have any questions, feel free to give us a call or an email, and we can help further. And that might be sitting down with people individually if that's what you want, or yeah, chatting through things.